guys, it's Shazib Afridi from Game Logics, and this is part 3 of our tutorial series how to make color switch game in Unity. Okay, so in the previous tutorial, I think that I didn't discuss a few things, okay, which is our feeder reference. Why I did create this data member. So this data member is important because we will use this our feeder reference in some other scripts. Okay, so that's why I created it. And here I've made a mistake. This should be not our feeder reference object. This should be our uh, game object. The game object, this component is attached to. Okay, so it should be a game object. Okay, so like if our feeder reference is not pointing to its own instance, then destroy the game object. Okay, the game object that our feeder reference setup script is attached to means the feeder image. So it will destroy that feeder image. Okay, not this variable. So it was a mistake. So it will destroy that object means our feeder image. This image. This. Okay. So and now I need to create a script which is very important, and you need to understand the concept behind that. Okay, so the script that I am going to write is basically a singleton. So what is a singleton? A singleton is basically a design pattern. Okay, so like if you want our, which is particularly used for like game managers, or you can say sound managers or main menu managers. Okay, so it is basically used for a class that should have only one object, or you can say that should have only one instance. Okay, not more than one, only one instance or one object, that then that class should be a singleton. Okay, so let's create a singleton. Singleton. So let's write the code for our singleton. Why? Okay, so let's format, and let's get started with our singleton. Okay, so this should be okay. So T is basically used for generic type. So okay, it can be like anything. It can be a game manager, it can be a sound manager. Okay, so we can pass anything to this T. It's for a template, and a template can be of anything. Okay, so now I need to create a private, and a basic design of singleton is this one. Okay, so private static and of type T, and instance. Okay, so this is basically a naming convention where you can write the private data member in this way, but let's eliminate this. Okay, instance, and then uh, I need to create a public property, public of type T, and it should be instance. Okay, so for property, we need capital words. Okay, okay. So now, um, what do we need is basically if our so it should only be a get property. Okay, we can't set it. Okay, so if we can only get it, instance is null means that we haven't assigned anything to this instance. Then what we need to do is game object, and its name should be singleton new uh, game object, and then instance should have the value, and we need to add a component of type t. We need to add a component of type t, and then this shouldn't be destroyed, so don't. Okay, so simply uh, return this instance. Okay, so I think that we don't need anything else. Okay, okay, so this was the basic idea, and I think that yeah, this is it. Okay, so this is it for this tutorial, and if I need to add or remove a few things, I think that I don't need to. Okay, then I will let you know in the next tutorial. So this is it for this tutorial, guys, and if you really like this video, then give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe my channel, and also press the bell icon for notifications. Okay, so I think that there is nothing to discuss, or okay, so let me give you a brief summary. What I did is basically it should be a generic type, like we can pass it a game manager class, or you will know in later tutorials, because I am going to pass our screen feeder singleton class to this singleton class. Okay, and we will derive that screen to singleton screen feeder singleton class from this class. Okay, so I will pass that class to this t. Okay, so it's a generic type, we can pass any class to this t. Okay, So then that class will become our singleton. Okay, so it will add that screen singleton class here, and it will assign the instance and will assign that class to this instance. Okay, and then it will simply return that particular class. Okay, so I think that there is nothing more that should be discussed. Okay, so till then, take care of yourselves, guys, and see you in the next tutorial.